right, welcome back for another edition of today's exciting math lesson. Today's notes are going to be on least common multiple, so LCM, and we are going to use the division ladder today. So LCM using the division ladder, please put this heading on your paper as well as the date on your paper. Okay, let's start like we did with greatest common factor, and let's define what LCM is. Least means smallest. Common, as we learned with greatest common factor, is something two or more numbers share. So least, smallest, common is shared, and multiple is a product of two numbers. And we all know from our keywords that product means the answer to a multiplication problem. Okay, so let's start by asking ourselves, why do we need to find the least common multiple? Well, in order to add and subtract fractions more easily, or I should say easily and quicker, you will need to have a common denominator, and that will be your least common multiple. So LCM helps to quickly find a common denominator when adding and subtracting fractions. Okay, and if at any time I'm going too quickly, please pause this and catch yourself up. Otherwise, I'm going to keep on moving along. Let's find a couple of examples. Okay, so let's do the least common multiple for 8 and 12. Okay, and once again, we're going to put this in the division ladder, because you are all experts at using the division ladder now. All right, and does 2 go into these? We always start off with the same questions. Yes, they are both even numbers, so 2 goes into both of them. 4 times 2 equals 8. 6 times 2 equals 12. Are we done? Nope. They're both even numbers again, so we can do 2 again. 2 times 2 equals 4. 3 times 2 equals 6. And since 2 and 3 are one number apart, I know that I am done. Now, when we found greatest common factor, we multiplied these side numbers. To find least common multiple, we're actually going to multiply all of the outside numbers. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. And if you notice, what shape does that form? That's right, it forms an L. So L for least common multiple. So 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 3 is 24. So the least common multiple between 8 and 12 is 24. Okay, let's try another one. Let's find the least common multiple for 15 and 25. Okay, so once again, I'm going to put these two numbers in my division ladder. 15 and 25. Does 2 go into both of them? Nope. 3? No. 5? Yes. Okay, so 3 times 5 is 15. 5 times 5 is 25. And this is the part where you must show your work on your homework. I want to see this done. Even if you think you know it off the top of your head, this demonstrates to me that you know the process of it when you get to harder numbers. Okay, so 5 times 3 is 15. 15 times 5 is, well, if we're not sure about that, let's just go off to the side. 15 times 5, 75. So the least common multiple between 15 and 25 is 75. Let's do one more example. Let's find the least common multiple between, let's go with 12. You know what? I'm going to change this, sorry. Let's go with 24. We're going to make this a little more difficult. 24 and 30. Okay? So on tomorrow's assignment, maybe you have to add fractions and the denominators aren't the same when you start. The denominators are 24 and 30. So this is when you would use the division ladder to find the least common multiple to make those denominators the same. Okay, so we always start with 2. Does 2 go into both of these? Oh, sorry, before I say any more, I want you to pause this and I want you to work this out yourself and turn it back on when you're ready to check your answer. Okay, does 2 go into both of these? Yes, because they are both even numbers. 12 times 2 equals 24, and I know that because I've been practicing my multiplication facts. And 15 times 2 equals 30. And that's just another common fact that I know because that comes up a lot during this math class. 15 times 2 is 30. Okay, let's see. Is there a number that goes into 12 and 15? Can 2 go into both of them? No, they're not both even numbers. What about 3? Yes, 3 goes into both of them. 3 here. 4 times 3 equals 12. 5 times 3 equals 15. And since 4 and 5 are one number apart, I know I am done. So I'm going to draw my L and put in my multiplication signs, and let's multiply. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 4 is 24. This is where it gets a little difficult. 24 times 5. Well, if I don't know that offhand, I'm just going to go off to the side and show my work. 10, 12, 120. Ooh, that's a big number. 120. 120 is the smallest multiple that 24 and 30 share. So 24 and 30 can both be multiplied by a number that will give them 120 as the answer. Okay, and this is going to make a little bit more sense when we go on to tomorrow's lesson. But for right now, I want to make sure that you know how to do the process of finding the LCM using the division ladder. Okay, so this division ladder comes in pretty handy for a lot of math concepts. So if you're good at this, you can be great at any other thing that I present to you. So if you're not sure about the division ladder at this point, make sure you talk to myself or Mrs. Kroll about setting up a time where we can get you some extra help. Okay? Right now you are done with notes, and you may ask for the assignment.